Today is September 9th, and Boone joins the show to discuss the Yankees' recent winning streak and upcoming games. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards.
Stat lines.
Steam and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake, BBD in the corner, and it's brought to you by SeatGeek. Yankees have 6 more games against good teams with good records. Orioles are playing good baseball. They have more games against them, but this was the 12-game stretch. They're halfway through it. So far, so good. We're going to chat with Boone, ask him some questions. Jake, how are you?
James Davis, I'm doing well. Coming into Boone, it's there's one pressing topic that we know is the most sensitive topic that I don't know. We got to address that, but you got to be honest. Things are 4-2 coming out of that first stretch, winning both series. Everyone would have signed up for that.
Best record in baseball, last 25 games.
Yeah, so from where we were a month ago, Yankees potentially missing the postseason to where we are now. Excited to get back into it and a well-timed off day. And the bullpen has a plan. And let's go beat the Tigers and the Red Sox and get nuts.
Ask him about Brian Walsh being a butt face.
Oh.
Not my words.
Hard beef.
My words.
Those were your words.
Those are my words.
That's when you don't say that.
Yeah, but I checked the social media responses. What should we ask Boone today? And it was just all Volpe. So I'm like, all right. I'm kind of it's the rest of the world is caught up to the conversation. We used to get shit on a lot for having it too early, but this is now the third year. I mean, I've gotten heated exchanges with Boone 3 years in a row. So not excited to ask him, but I'd have to ask him because it's crazy loud. So we'll see. We'll get into that. I do think if that's the first question we ask him, that kind of tips the scale of the gap and might not be getting good info. So we're going to start with some nicer stuff.
Gotta ease in.
And we'll
There's a lot of good coming.
There's a lot of good going on. And Judge's throws is another topic.
Judge's throws is a massive topic.
Yeah.
But at least that makes sense.
That does. All right. Without further ado, today's Banter with Boone is presented by T-Mobile, Jake. We were on the beach in Barbados. There's pictures of us sitting on a couch on the sand in paradise, but we were watching the Yankees close out game number 2, just in time to see Bellinger throw out the runner, and then we saw Bednar close it down. You kept saying, put him to Bednar.
Yeah.
And that is all thanks to the coverage that kept us locked in wherever we are. And that's T-Mobile, America's best network. So whether you're streaming the game, out and about, checking stats on the road, or experiencing ballpark perks like Magenta Status, which is really nice. You can go charge your phone, get some AC, get a drink, all because you have T-Mobile. That's very nice. You're ready to stay connected wherever your fandom takes you. Head over to T-Mobile.com/network to switch to the best network. Welcome back to another Bantering with Boone. Boone, Yankees are hot. Best record in the last 25 games, I believe. You've won 2 out of 3 of the last 2 series, big series. You admitted the last game was a big game, which I enjoyed. You said it is a bigger game. How is the team feeling, especially with dueling galas last night, off day, refreshed?
Yeah. Obviously, you kind of cherish all your off days because they're a little few and far between during the year. But, ready to go. Another big game tonight.
With the Rodon and the CC Gala, is that a double elimination that you can be I can't go to either? How do I pick between the big lefties?
Yeah, I actually had I was at another event I had to do in the city, another appearance. So another one thrown in there. So there are a lot of things going on the off day.
Damn, no rest. We were surprised to see Judge penciled in right field, start of the Toronto series. Were you surprised? Like, when did you know that was going to be the plan? Is it day before, couple days before?
Yeah, kind of day before. Kind of the last week, 10 days, know that it was lingering and around the corner probably. And then, I know we wanted to get one more throw to bases and things when we were in Houston. And then, good to go in against Toronto.
What are you guys tracking with Judge? Because we have some throw speeds and stuff like that, and a Judge normally, I think his impact throws are 90 miles per hour. He was tracked at 70. Are you guys tracking that, or just the general feel of it, or what?
Yeah, just the feel. And I expect it to continue to improve. Hopefully, as he's out there, as he gets more comfortable and confident in being able to throw, but we also want him to be smart and make sure he's, obviously we're playing meaningful games, but we want to be playing meaningful games for the next 2 months. So, we got to build to that. And I felt like Sunday was better than Friday, and hopefully we continue to move the needle as he gets out there more and more.
Yeah, the throws on Sunday were nice to see. Still slower than average, but at least like competitive. Because the Friday thing, and you got asked about it a ton, it was odd to see, and it was curious. Like, is that all he's got? Is that the plan? Is it up to him, like how he feels, or not up to him? But is the coaching staff saying, "Hey, early in the game or this score, let's not push it"? Like, what is the governor? Is it
we want him to be smart. He's the only one that knows how he feels and stuff. And I think as you go, you get a little more confident in what you can do and how much you can step on it. But I think having the ability to have him and Giancarlo now both being in play, they obviously bring different things to the table out there, and hopefully they kind of protect one another moving forward. I think it's a great sign that, these guys want to be out there and whatever capacity. And, hopefully kind of moving forward here, they protect one another, and it allows them to both be in the lineup a little more often together.
Is the plan every other day with them? I mean, we've got all righties till Crochet Sunday.
Yeah. That's my plan in this series, probably, is I'm going Judge tonight, so I'll probably do it that way. But again, it's something that, I talked to both of them about, like, kind of what I'm thinking for this series and next series. And then, but then we circle up at night after the game too. And so, there's been times when G's need another day or something, like, so we'll kind of pay attention to how it goes and how they're recovering and how they're feeling. And then, man, what makes the most sense for the next day.
As for the injury roundup, you got 3 banged up knees on the right side of the infield now. Jazz, both knees. Goldy, 1 knee. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think Jazz is good to go.
Okay.
Goldie's is kind of a day-to-day thing where he's good to go too. In fact, the last game he played, he felt really good. Some days is better than others though, but we should be okay moving forward.
When MLB came back to you and said, "Hey, Boone, just want to let you know that McMahon catch should have been ruled a catch," did you respond, "Duh"?
Well, they didn't say it like that. They didn't come to me and reach out to me.
They didn't apologize on their knees?
I was having a conversation with them. I'm like, and they said, yeah, that should have been a catch, is all. Not like they so it wasn't.
I was picturing like an envelope and handwritten letter and apology.
No, nothing like that.
That was a pretty bad call.
Because he caught it
in his glove.
Yeah. Don't get me started.
We might get you started.
Why is that not a reviewable play? Do you know that?
I don't know. Yeah, I knew going out that it wasn't, because it's in front of it's in the infield, it's in front of them. So yeah, I'm not sure why.
I feel like that's something that every year people complain about, that there shouldn't be things that are not reviewable. Like there's a lot of things on the not reviewable list that should be reviewable. I believe it was when they started, the umpires were like, well, let's not give everything away. But then we get to the off season and we do the rules committee and people just forget about it. So I'll lobby that all catches should be reviewable moving forward. Do I have your backing?
Sure.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. That's great. Now I just need Brad to get in there and I'll have the whole coaching staff.
There you go.
Do you believe in effectively wild? Heel's been an interesting watch for us. Got myself too. I don't know. It's like an old baseball term, and heel's interesting because I don't know. I guess first let's start. Do you believe in effectively wild, or do you even picture a pitcher back when you played that was that?
Sure. You know what? Honestly, there's games when Max Fried is at his best, where he's effectively wild. Like you'll see Max like throwing off the backstop, or like, that's
okay.
Now obviously, it's when you think of Max overall, you think no, pretty good command, but there is some effective wild in his game where he will, misfire a pitch just out of the blue by feet, and I actually think it works well for him sometimes when that's the case.
Okay.
But yes, I do think there are instances where this guy is effectively wild because they have stuff. They're hard to control the zone against, but and maybe they have some deception in their delivery, and but I don't think it's a great, recipe for success necessarily.
Okay. Yeah, it's just interesting where the Luis Heel this season, after his first start, I mean, the numbers are fantastic, and the only thing you'd look at numbers-wise are the walks are up, but it's almost Heel, it feels like he punches and bunches a little bit, that it's, to open up that inning, he had those 2 walks his last start, but I don't know. I guess we're trying to wrap our heads around what Heel can be the rest of the season for us.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is he doesn't flinch out there. He remains really confident even when he seems like he's searching for it a little bit. And I do think there's been something to, hard to get a beat on because he's been effectively wild, I guess, to some degree. So, but hopefully we continue to improve in that area too, and get him in line, because when he's at his best, as we saw at times last year, especially in that first half of the season, like when he's filling up the strike zone, he can be really dynamic.
Couple bullpen questions.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't the Yankees have 2 pitch comms in Spanish? That seems like a worthwhile investment.
I don't know. We added one with Camilo. It's never, I guess we've never needed one. I don't know. I don't have a great answer for you.
That umpire crew, Sassy's umpire crew. Me and you talked about this like 2 years ago. I said, Adrian Johnson, he might be a nice head chief, but that crew is the sassiest crew. And you said, no, you like Adrian, but I think that's a sass. I do a breakdown on that crew almost every week. Pat Murphy
Really?
It's nuts. Those. Anyway, the back end of the bullpen hasn't been used at all, which is nice. I mean, Tim Hill hasn't pitched in a while, Leiter, and that's mostly because Yarby came and gave you 5 innings. That really saved that series in a way. Like it's an invaluable addition. With Yarby, he also gives you flexibility to get creative with the rotation if you wanted to, or if you wanted to change the rotation heading into the postseason. There's 19 games left. There's only one more off day left. Will he be staying in the role he's in right now?
Yeah, that's my expectation. That's my anticipation of it. But again, he's so versatile and so used to different roles that, things can change always on the fly.
When would you guys start looking at a calendar? I mean, obviously you don't even know what in the postseason, who you're playing, when you're playing, where yet, because it's a lot of things still have to fall into place. But when do you start eyeing like, well, we got one more off day to make changes if we want, or get it set?
Yeah. We're not right now. I mean, we're in line, and it's like, let's go win the day, and that's kind of where we're at right now. You probably start to have conversations like that in the coming days, though, but we haven't yet.
Okay. And where's Doval stand right now as far as high leverage, low leverage, lanes?
Just depends the night, I mean, every night, Sunday we're down cruise, down weave. So, a different way to get the ball to Bednar there. Bednar. So, there'll be a game where he's in super high leverage. There was a game in Chicago that he's in there in the 10th to close it out. It just depends. It's all hands on deck. Like, we gotta, the roles probably constantly evolving.
For someone like Doval, when he comes over, he's closing for the Giants, who are kind of back in the mix in the NL right now. Amazing arm talent. I don't know if it's a Matt Blake philosophy or if there's anything else there, but like, do you just, for this year, is it's like, hey, go do your thing, and then maybe in the off season we could tweak some stuff? Or when he came over, it's like, hey, we want you to try a little more of this, or I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's the delicate balance you try and strike, right? I mean, you want to help guys as much as you can, but you also understand the middle of the grind of the season, and all of a sudden the guys traded into a different environment, and you don't want to overwhelm people. And so you're, constantly striking that balance, and as coaches, you're trying to strike that balance to helping guys as much as they can, while also, in some cases trying to simplify things as much as you can.
The lineup: Judge at second, Rice fourth, Rice second, Judge third. You've done it both ways versus righties the last couple times. Like yesterday you had, or last game versus Grisham, Judge, Belly, Rice. But and with Stanton in there as well. Is that based on the pitcher split, or is that based on something else?
More, I do it more like today we had three righties in there. So instead of going 3, 5, 7, and then you got a lane of 4 lefties in a row, or I went 2, 5, 8, which I'm doing today. So we're Judge is second again. So 2, Stanton 5, Volpe 8, and then the lefties 2 in between those.
Jake and I were wondering if, I like splitting up Grisham and Rice in a way, because in a way they're similar at bats. They have good control of the zone. Then they smash the ball when they get their pitch. And, we saw the Judge Stanton lane in like 2021. If a pitcher finds his rhythm, it was like, with DJ and Voit, like he gets through there. Is there anything to splitting up the top? Like you prioritize spreading the righties out. And I think some people, there's different philosophies, prioritize like the top 5 should be balanced and the 7, 8, 9 is what it is. But you're always of the opinion you'd rather just spread it out throughout the whole length of it. Correct?
It just depends. Like sometimes I have 4 righties in there. Sometimes I have 7 lefties in there, so it just depends. And then what's the other team's bullpen? Where are areas that you would pinch hit? Where would they bring a guy in a 3-batter minimum so you leverage an at bat? So all those kind of things you're thinking about.
Makes sense.
Let's do some Volpe.
Rice, I'm not going to pinch hit for both of them, so I don't necessarily want them next to each other.
Who's that? They cut out the first 2 words you said.
Wells and Rice.
Okay. Yes.
I can only hit for one of them if it's the right lefty, and so like picking my spot there.
Okay. That makes sense. And then also the bullpen you're going up against. Who's their 8 guy, 9 guy? If they're rested, not rested.
Do they have 3? Do they have 1 lefty? Do they have 3 lefties? Is their lefty a true like lefty matchup? Is it a neutral guy?
When you think of a loogie from days of old, who comes to mind? Like I say, loogie reliever, lefty only reliever. He's coming in to get Big Poppy.
Scott Sauerbeck.
Oh,
Nice.
Javier Lopez. Who was
Boone Logan is the one that jumps to my brain.
Boone Logan.
hot?
No relation.
No.
Okay.
Logan Boone, maybe.
Yeah.
Boone or Boone. Some people forget that from the early
Boone and Boone
interviews.
trivia. Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Johnny O. If you're a Yankees fan, you know game day deserves more than just the same old t-shirt. That's where Johnny O comes in. They've got the best selection of officially licensed Yankee gear, polos, Q-zips, hoodies that look sharp at the ballpark and everywhere else. Here's the kicker, Booney. You've seen it on here. He's a big Johnny O guy, the lightweight polo in the dugout, hoodie for traveling. We just did some of that. Johnny O is a part of his game day routine. Make it a part of yours. So if you like to rep the Yanks, whoops, you do. They have Yankee style, upgraded, premium fabrics, great fits, and a look that's built to last all season long. Check out the Yankees collection at johnnyo.com. Use code YANKS at checkout, 15% off your order of Yankees merchandise.
We asked our audience, what do you want us to ask Boone today? And there's one topic in the responses. It's amongst a winning streak, there's one topic people want to dig into. So, Jake, you want to you had started it. I can go.
I did. Hey, man, the Volpe stuff has gotten loud, and it is what it is, and we don't need to do the whole – I guess I won't even make this a Volpe thing as much as, like, Caballero's come over. His numbers have been nice. Is there any plan to mix up the shortstop rotation a little more?
Maybe. I think about it every day. Excuse me. Even considered it for today, but also love the flexibility Caballero gives you off the bench too, and in so many different ways. He's kind of a weapon for you late in the game in different avenues where you can shoot him how you want. So, but he's certainly played himself into the mix, and love what I'm seeing from him.
Gets confusing in a way because Dominguez has guys playing better than him in the outfield defensively, and obviously from the right side of the plate or versus lefty pitchers, and he's lost playing time, and Wellesley lost playing time because Rice was hammering the ball. And now you have an option, and Volpe's numbers are really bad lately. But it's not the same treatment, I guess. And for a while it was, well, who do you have? Well, you have Caballero, who is playing well and a pest and brings energy to the base path. So
and he's got some starts, and he'll probably get a start in this series and maybe even next series. The catching position's a different position in that you're going to get more days off built in there, and still hoping that Anthony's best is still in front of him.
Yes, I hope so as well.
It's obviously been a tough stretch. Started to get some traction going. But yeah, want to get him going offensively.
Yeah, it's pretty deep into versus righties. His numbers have been his last 200 plate appearance against righties. He's got a 198 on base percentage. Yeah. It's not like a stretch anymore. It's kind of like the season. And we've seen this situation with Gary Sanchez. He was catching, and then the playoffs, Higgy started all the games. With IKF, playing. Postseason comes, elimination game, 3 different shortstops start in the first 3 games of the ALCS. I just feel like, is there any thought, let's not get ourselves to that situation? If we're going to make a move later on, like we have in the past, wouldn't it be better to see that move now?
To see the move.
Yeah,
give Caballero a week and say hey, Volpe, catch your breath. Let's see what it looks like.
I'm confident that Caballero can handle any situation, so I don't need to see it.
Okay.
He's a good player, and I have confidence in him. And if I have to do something like that, I don't need to try it out.
Is there any worry to the effect on the mental side for Volpe? He's getting booed pretty bad after at-bats from the home crowd. It's a brutal stretch, and the topic is loud everywhere.
Tough sport.
So obviously it's tough sport, but like for him, is there check-ins? I know you guys think you say he's got amazing makeup and can handle it, but I don't know if anyone can handle what's happening right now. I feel like I'd crumble. It's pretty loud.
Yeah. Well, it's part of it. and I do feel like he's equipped to handle it and trust he can get through this too.
All right. Well, speaking of Wellesley, his bat has come alive lately. Kind of, earning back starts, which you saw him throw out the runner at the end of the last game Sunday. Like the best playoff lineup has Wells behind the dish, handling the running game and controlling the game. And he just seems way more alive. Like, I don't know if that comes with the success or if he's just the time off catching as a grind, like got him rested. Well, I mean, he turned into Shelley Duncan during one of those home runs, just bruising people in the dugout.
I know. Yeah, I really like where Austin's at. I feel like he's bringing good energy to the day. He's playing well behind the plate. Obviously, the at bats have really started to pick up over the last week, 10 days, which has been nice to see because he does lengthen our lineup so much because he's a good hitter. And, he was kind of going through it there for a while. So, yeah, I mean, it's been really good to see him on both sides of the ball playing the way he has the last 2 weeks because he can be a difference maker for us.
Him and Bednar, that's kind of the energy. If you walk into that bar, you go to the other side if you don't have a big group of guys.
Yeah.
Any comment?
How has Dominguez handled last time? I was impressed. He got the one start against Toronto and came through in a big way to help get the win. Had good at bats and put together a lot of, I think he scored 2 runs. I forget what it was. How has he handled it? He seems jovial as ever.
Yeah. I mean, he's the same guy all the time. I mean, really is, which is one thing I love about him. He's got that easy way about him, kind of that wry smile on his face. He's ready to go. And look, I mean, one thing could happen and boom, he's right in the middle and playing every day again. And, I try to remind people this time of year, it's like, and I talk about this in spring training with the guys, is like, you may not be in the mix every day all of a sudden or think you're out of the mix. And it's like, you might find yourself in the batter's box, on the bases, on the bump, in the field for the biggest moment of the season. And you need to stay ready for that. So I do like that, JD's handled it well. Like you said, the other day gets in there. He's a contributor, RBI right away, bag, scoring. So he's a good player. He's had a good year, and you never know when he's thrust right back into the middle of things on an everyday basis.
Yeah.
Fun. Got any more? Oh, my only question, Brian Walsh, I forgot to ask this. Can they challenge it? Like he gets to the middle with the umpires and he tells them,
I'm not sure.
He says, I'm not sure. I think I saw dirt, so I don't think he caught it. Can they call an umpire's review there and go look at video, or do the rules say they can't even do that?
No, I think they just have to discuss. Like, my issue with it was, I don't know. I think you just kind of felt like he obviously caught it. Like, we knew. But it's like, man, it's your chance as umpires to have some feel here and, like, get together and not make a fool of yourself and get this thing right. And they didn't. So that was a little frustrating that they got together and just, what are the other guys doing? Like,
well, Ramon took charge.
I feel like the right crew, one of the guys in there goes, hey, dude, he caught it.
Yeah. Well, I did a breakdown on it, tried to read Ramon's lips, but he was the one that took charge and said no, and then they broke.
Yeah, I mean.
You made me laugh when I read your lips.
What'd I say?
When you got ejected arguing with Brian Walsh in game 2, Adrian stops you behind the plate. You were walking away. So then you kind of keep going because he talked to you. He says, hey, why are you still out here? And you're like, I was walking away and you had me keep going. and then you turn around and you go, and how about Ramon? Then you hit him with the "you stink too." Too big of a zone. But I thought it was funny.
Too big a game.
What's that? Too big of a game. Okay, my bad.
That makes sense.
It was a big game.
It was. It's hey man, it's been a good stretch. I'm glad that we can tease some playoff questions that we can do this about instead of us being sad summer boys and opening up the Zoom and we're both scared of each other. So things are good.
That was impressive by Rodon. I mean, that inning was full of nonsense for him. And we talked about earlier in the year and late last year of having to overcome stuff and just keep composure. That's the most I think anything's been thrown at him. Sixth inning, close game, a lot of nonsense, and he buckled down and seemed pretty unfazed. So I was very impressed with Rodon coming out of that.
Yeah, I agree. Roto's obviously having a really good year, and those moments he's doing a better job of dealing with those little adverse things that happen in a game or in an inning.
Boone, let's get you out of here. Little trivia presented by T-Mobile, the best 5G coverage in the game with T-Mobile. You play the Tigers this week. Little update.
Mm-hmm.
3 players you managed on the Yanks are on the Tigers right now. Who are they?
Jam.
Jahmai Jones, the lefty masher, having a great year.
David,
Yes, Gleyber David, his first return to the Bronx.
and Tommy Canley.
Tommy Tight Pants. Look at that.
Wow.
We'll up it next week. That was too easy, but times are good.
Yeah.
Wasted my time.
That'll be our every week, big guy.
All right. Thanks, Booney.
All right, Blanches. See ya.
Today's episode is sponsored by DraftKings. The next great touchdown is coming. The next game is going to have a touchdown, and you can bet on it with DraftKings Sportsbook. I know I shouldn't say stuff like that, but I believe in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook right now, new customers bet $5, get $300 instantly in bonus bets and $200 off YouTube's NFL Sunday ticket using promo code JMBaseball. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use our promo code JMBaseball. Bet just $5 on any wager, $300 in bonus bets, and $200 off YouTube's NFL Sunday ticket instantly. That's promo code JMBaseball only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
There you have it, Jake. We bantered with Boone, and yeah, we'll say there's a lot of different ways to interpret his tone and answers to the Volpe conversation. I think there's a lot of confirmation bias, whichever way you want to go, because you can say, whoa, that sounded like a manager who very well doesn't want to play him anymore. Very well said he believes that Caballero is ready to go and can play and is being told to play Volpe. He didn't combat a single thing. Or you can say he just doesn't want to talk about it and knows he has no ammo right now because that was docile.
It's the Yankees believe in the talent of Anthony Volpe as a prospect 3 years ago. That I think they still believe if they could somehow tap into that is the best version of the Yankees. We've just never seen that. Or even, okay, to be fair, like last year, Anthony Volpe's defense, we would have sat at this table with Caballero and we'd be like, hey, I like Cabby's bat and speed more, but the way Volpe plays defense at shortstop on a free day or, if the Yankees defense was slumping around him, we would say, like, I get it. Like, Anthony Volpe is playing a world-class shortstop. He's not doing that right now, and, I mean, the stats offensively, there's no defense, and that's why Boone kind of knows he's showing up to a fight without a weapon.
Yep.
So, I think basically what you heard there was, because he didn't, if Boone wants to turn up the screws, he will. Like, we've seen that with Volpe. We've seen that with other situations, that instead of turning up the screws, he said, we know what Caballero can do.
Yeah.
We know he can be dropped in, and we like him in any situation. They didn't say that with Volpe.
Put him in more situations.
That's the other side of the argument.
He also, he called it a rough stretch, and I said, it's not a rough stretch. I mean, since June 15th, and I gave him the numbers, and he just said, yeah.
Because there's no counter. You can't say the swings look good.
No. I mean, he's got his last 204 plate appearances versus righties. He's got an under 198 on base percentage. And his last 275 plate appearances, righty or lefty, the on base percentage is 213.
Right.
It's crazy. So it's really odd. He didn't even get mad when I brought up Gary and Higgy and I've brought up ICAF and the other shortstops before, and he's gotten fiery about it.
Yeah.
I was very docile. So I don't know what to think about that.
I think it's for where the Yankees are currently at, and it's kind of the conversation that we've been stirring around for months now, that, okay, once Trent Grisham earned everyone's trust, okay, now that Judge is back playing a version of right field, and I know catch percentage can be a fickle one, but I think his nice catch the other day had a 15% catch percentage. It's well, okay, if he can throw a little better than that first relay to Jazz, and that allows Stanton to be in the lineup, if you're going to have a limited defensive player, it might as well be the best offensive player we've seen. So the only real question is kind of Volpe, that maybe Boone just has this is a little more of a Storielli approach, and I did this with last year's team, kind of what's dead's may never died. It's in his hands. If Volpe's going to do this, there's no argument. Boone's not going to be his lawyer. If he does something different, maybe that makes a conversation, but that's where they're at.
That is the first time, and I have no idea, this is no knowledge, first time I've been oh shit, I don't think Boone wants to start Volpe at all. I think this is coming down from the top. I mean, Volpe's on posters of buses and getting brand deals. That's crazy. I know other people think this for a long time. I've never fully thought it was a business. He's the top 20 jersey seller last year. They're marketing him to advertisers. Volpe just got an ad campaign where it's all on billboards and buses. Business of Volpe. You've been on this more than me. I haven't. This was the first time I'm I don't know, man.
There's more to it.
There might be more to these decisions. I have no idea. It seems like a wild thing to say, but maybe it's not.
And the fact that...
Because all of his answers were, yeah, I believe in Cabby. It's what?
The fact that we talked about, wouldn't you want to see that switch earlier, and it wasn't, guffawed at the concept of making a switch. And it was, he can handle it whenever we would need to do that.
I'm a phrase that I've stumbled into as this has become our livelihood is, if you put it all in the blender, does it make sense? If you're putting together the smoothie, if you're making a fruit smoothie and you throw a sardine in there and you're this tastes awful, this doesn't make sense. When you put in, okay, he's a first-round pick. Volpe was a well-regarded prospect by others' teams. This wasn't the Yankees' factory. We saw his moments. We saw his defensive prowess. We saw his bat does have pop. It's just very rare in 1.5 games a month. And yeah, I look how Gallo and Rizzo were treated as Yankees as well, that there's a business side to all of this. That, yeah, I mean, hey, we came out of last postseason hoping that would do something for Volpe. And I know you've made it a little bit of a joke that you want to memorize Volpe's postseason stats because they were nice.
Want to? How about it's tattooed on my skin?
Could be your first tattoo. If the Yankees win, you'll get the Volpe postseason stat line tattoo finally. You got a lot of body.
When I go to...
Back of your hammy?
How come when I open up his postseason batting on Baseball Reference, the slash line's gone?
Make it the background of your phone. I don't know, man.
Never memorize this.
When you put every
286, 407, 408. Okay, I can figure that out. 286, 407, 408. 407, 408. I should get that.
When it's all in the blender, it makes sense. The Caballero wrinkle is a little different than previous years. let's see what it is, and who knows?
They've done it with other positions. That's the weird thing.
Like, God, the Yankees round table right now must be absolute modern warfare over Volpe.
Well, who's saying play him? Speak up and tell me what's going on. If this was college, you'd be like, his dad must be donating a ton of money. His dad's in the boosters.
His
And that's
dad's
not a
friends
joke.
with the coach.
That's not a joke.
Big week.
Big week.
You didn't even give him the stats without the White Sox series.
That's very rude. I know how Boone works, and he knows that if he responds to that at all, it can and will be perceived as such an insult to the White Sox. So
Right.
he would say,
Yeah.
that's not fair. We're all major league players.
Yeah.
But
You can only play the teams you're playing.
yeah, if you take out the bottom 5 teams on the season, Volpe has a 191 batting average, a 254 on base, a 371.
Man.
Rockies, Pirates, White Sox, Twins, Nationals.
Is it going to be an exciting couple weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. They're going to win the division.
Right.
So that's awesome.
That's good.
That's great news.
That's a big switch.
That's awesome.
I'd like to see more from the bullpen. And I want to see how the postseason bullpen plays out. Like, my brain has switched back to that. Because I do think they're going to need, like, Warren or Schlittler or Heel to play a big role in the bullpen in the postseason. And I don't know who they're going to tap, and I don't know who it is, but I think that's going to happen.
Yeah. It becomes a lot of fun. It becomes a lot of fun when you start looking at the matchups and how teams are versus lefties is going to be a massive conversation for whoever's playing the Yankees. Yeah, it'd be nice to tap into Duvall. This is not as sexy, but I think at some point Paul Blackburn for Yerry De Los Santos. All right, thanks for tuning in.
286, 407, 408. Got it.
Right on the back of your thigh.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never see it.
Never see it.
Just be Katie and me that see it.
Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.